there people have asked me about, you really think Skip Bayless offered her 1.5 million to have sex? And I was like, well, that's in the lawsuit, but here's how that could happen potentially. So if you understand Skip's personality and how hyper competitive in a delusional way, he's competitive. He actually thought the debates on that show were real. He actually thought there was a winner and loser to the debates he and Shannon Sharpe were having. He took that thing very seriously. I think, in my view, I think Skip's a little bit on the spectrum. He's a weird and different dude. And so he's locked into a competition with Shannon Sharpe in his mind. Shannon Sharpe is somewhat giggling, like, competition with Skip Bayless? I'm in the NFL Hall of Fame. The things Skip speculates about as it relates to sports, I know intimately. My brother, Sterling, an even better player than me. We know this sports game and arena. We were unbelievable athletes. In Shannon's mind, he's like, I'm not competing with Skip Bayless. This is a wannabe ex-jock who wrote about sports. He's in no competition. But eventually, Shannon is sharp enough. He's got that old school Southern street smarts enough to know Skip Bayless thinks he's competing with me. Well, let me draw Skip Bayless into a competition he will never be on the same planet with me on. You want to debate LeBron and GOAT, blah, 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 have at it. But in these sexual Olympics that athletes play in every day of their life, Skip Bayless is so outside of his area of expertise. And so what happens in these locker room environments at these sports networks, they inject them with all these athletes and they inject them with that locker room culture because they brought all those athletes in. There's a sexual Olympics inside of male locker rooms, probably female locker rooms too, but I've never been in a female locker room. But in a male locker room, there's a sexual competition going on. Everybody swapping stories about who they're banging. And if you can rope someone like Skip Bayless into that sexual competition inside the locker room environment that's created at FS1, it's created at ESPN, wherever athletes go, they bring that culture with them. And so Skip Bayless, in his own foolishness, thinks he's competing with Shannon Sharpe and Shannon Sharpe's ability to seduce, flirt with, conquer the women inside the Fox Sports wardrobe, makeup, hairstylist locker room. And if you read this lawsuit, Nushin is saying Skip started accusing her of sleeping with Shannon Sharpe. That's a man that's trying to compete with Shannon Sharpe. And he's jealous of Shannon Sharpe and all of Shannon Sharpe's conquest. I'm going to say something here. I don't want you to misconstrue it, because the woman I'm about to reference here is someone I really like and respect. I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm just telling you what happened, and you can go check the tape. What you don't know is what happened behind the scenes. But some of you will remember this. Skip Bayless insinuated, flat out somewhat stated, that Jenny Taft was having some sort of inappropriate relationship with Shannon Sharpe. He said something about seeing her come out of Shannon's dressing room or something like that, and she got upset on air. But off air, as soon as that show was over, she ran upstairs and lit in to the executives. One executive in particular. About this, Skip Bayless basically just accused me of sleeping. And Jenny Taft is married. And so she was irate. And this happened on air. And that was my first clue. Like, oh, This dude is jealous of Shannon Sharpe, and he's seeing ghosts everywhere. And Shannon's putting those ghosts out there. Shannon walked around that place like he was banging every makeup and wardrobe girl in the place. His little wing, the undisputed downstairs wing, dressing room area, whatever, Shannon was known for running around there in the tightest little boxer shorts that he could find and nothing else. Again, me and Cowherd were on the second floor. I'm telling you what I heard. I'm just telling you what I heard. I'll just leave it at that. But he has baited Skip Bayless, for lack of a better explanation, into a pimp competition. Who can have the most girls in hair and makeup like them, want to be with them? And again, Skip's mindset is competition, and I'm competing with Shannon Sharpe. And Shannon Sharpe has now baited him into the sexual Olympics. And now Skip Bayless is like, oh, he's sleeping with Jenny Taft. Oh, he must be sleeping with Nusheen. And Skip and Nusheen were very close. From afar, to me, it looked like they were best friends. They were, I'd see them in hair and makeup quite often, always conversating. Again, I don't know what they were talking about, but reading this lawsuit and what she's saying is at some point, Skip clearly got jealous and thought she was sleeping with Shannon Sharpe and kept accusing her of that. And so could I see Skip, and as close as he and Nusheen were, could I see Skip getting into a conversation that at the time he thought was playful, where he's then, again, because he's entered this sexual competition, he's throwing it out on the table, he's talking to Nusheen, the way he's overheard Shannon Sharpe talk to all of these women. These are just facts. Shannon Sharpe kept a flirtatious conversation going on with all of them. Things would fall out of his mouth to these women, and they'd laugh and they'd engage in a conversation with him that you couldn't pay me $1 million to say this stuff at work. Skip fell into it. That mentality, that locker room mentality of millionaires. Could Skip Bayless end up in a joking conversation with Nusheen, hairstylist, where they're talking about, hey, what type of scholarship program would I put you on? And could Nusheen joke or have her overheard Shannon or somebody else say in passing, girl, I'll break you off $20K a month. We can do a 3-year deal. And could Nusheen say, yeah, Shannon or Steven Jackson or somebody else that used to frequent on them shows was talking about, yeah, I'll put you on $1 million scholarship. And Skip fire back, I'll do 1.5. He's saying this jokingly, but he said it. Y'all got help me out here. Who's that other woman there? That's on the side, because I don't know who that is. I know that's Skip Bayless. Is that Nusheen? If that's Nusheen, that's a great, great picture of Nusheen. Yeah. Oh, that's Nusheen. Yeah, that's Nusheen looks good, but she normally don't look that good. But I'll have to refresh. Nusheen looks good, big butt, breast. Pretty face when she's dolled up, but that's a really good picture. But anyway, could Skip get in that conversation? Absolutely. And then could a lawyer come in years later when this thing spins out of control and turn it into a super negative conversation that makes Skip Bayless look like a clown? Yes, that's how that happens. He started competing with Shannon Sharpe in the sexual Olympics, and he got out over his skis and he said something stupid, and now a lawyer has it and has turned it into something else. That's how that goes down. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.